everyone, thanks for joining me again. Today I wanted to reveal a new repository, a piece of work that we're doing at Apptrix to try and make even richer applications easy for everybody to build. This is the components repository. You can find it inside the Apptrix AI organization. The code in there is dual licensed. It is open source and available under the GPL v3 license for people who just want to build in the open. And we have a commercial license for people who don't want those terms. They would rather build privately or under more flexible licensing. Get in touch if you're one of those people and we'll see if we can sort out a license for you. But there's going to be so much stuff in here, you're not going to want to hold back. The first one I want to show you, as you can probably see, is the one that we're opening the repository with, and that is WebView. It's a component that allows you to embed an HTML view, a very rich actually web experience into any Fyne application. Let me show you a little bit what that looks like. So to start, this is the WebView entry point. It's all underneath an interface and it does pretty much what you would expect. As you can see, it is a widget. It's a custom widget that you can drop in like any other. And once you've instantiated it with new WebView, you can use back, forward to navigate, stop, reload to control what's happening. And then load is going to enable you to reach out to pull a new URL into the view. You can also check if it's loading and what the current URL is for your own references and things that you might want to do around about it. It really is that straightforward. I wanted to just show you that in action to see how easy this could be in your app as well. So I'm going to start a brand new app. A new project called Web Demo. And in this, I just want to initialize it with some standard files. So I'm going to Fyne init Web Demo, and that's going to set up a bunch of standard files for us, including a main.go. And you can see it's done a few things with translations as well, basically loading Fyne best practices into the app. And we could just run that app right away. It might take a couple of seconds, depending on how recently you've compiled a Fyne app, but you can see here, it's a Hello World application. Excellent. So now let's just add a few things. In our go.mod, we're just using Fyne at the moment, but we're going to want to bring the components in. So we'll go get that. We just get the latest version of the components project. That's included it as a dependency. Now we can use it in our view. Currently, we just have the Hello World label. So I'm going to add 2 items into this with a border layout. I'm going to put a URL bar at the top and the main content further down. So the web is going to be our imported component. This is in the WebView package. New WebView, and I'm going to pass in the window. It needs to do some really complicated connectivity behind the scenes, so we pass the window into the constructor. Don't try and move it to a different window later because bad things might happen. And then the bar at the top. A new border with nothing top bottom, nothing on the left, and then the go button and URL box. I'll define them in a moment. The main content is another border as well. The top is the bar, nothing in the bottom, no left or right, but with the web view in the middle. That's looking good. There's a missing parameter here. I think it can return an error. I'll just ignore that for now. We need our go button and the URL box. URL box is just an entry, and the go button is where we handle the input. New button with icon, no text. I'll use the mail send icon, which is quite catchy. And the function, when it's tapped, we want to load the URL. That would be web.load, but it wants a URL We don't currently have one, we just have the entry text. So we need to parse and ignore the error that can create. We just pass the text of our URL box into the URL parser. That should be our completed web demo. Just a first run hiccup there, all resolved. The codes that we've written should be perfectly good to go ahead, so let's run that app. We've got the web demo app, it's just vanilla stuff, and let's try typing in a URL. And there you go. It has loaded what we typed into the content. It's a little bit small, but you can see this is a full website in an embedded component. That's pretty cool, and it's going to follow links if we tap around as well. So you can see the possibilities there. But before we go on, I just wanted to show you one more thing that this has been able to make possible, which is of course a web browser. And I think it's something that's been missing from the Fyne desktop distribution of Linux that uses just Fyne for everything. So I have that local, it's called Surfy. It's just a very bare bones web browser right now, but you can see it is loading the same sort of address bar, but we've got navigation and a spinner as well. So we can see what websites content is, tap around them, look at upcoming information about a conference, or again, we could just go to wherever we would like to here. And I've hooked in the enter callback to load that in when we tap enter in the URL bar. Hopefully you can find this and future components interesting in one of your applications. Do check out the components repository and you'll find more stuff being added over time. That's everything from me today. Thanks for joining me. Do please check out my other sites, andy.xyz for blogs. You can check out the YouTube archive, and of course right here on Patreon, where you can subscribe and sponsor the channel. You can sign up for stickers, you can contribute to what we do, and you can see some of the private only content that I'm doing about AI workflows and how I'm accelerating productivity in and outside of the organization. Do check out Apptrix.ai and the components that we're releasing. Hopefully you could build something phenomenal now, and I'll see you in a future video.